friends? Thanks for stopping again at Ask a Guitar Pro. This is Jake. Today we're going to talk about pick scraping or pick sliding. And really what you're doing here is making that, I guess you could say, characteristic 80s sound that sounds a little bit like this. So what I'm doing when I do that, lift the guitar up here a little bit, is I'm taking the butt end of the pick right here and I'm either dragging it on one string, like you see right here, or I'm doing it between two strings, in this case between the E and the A strings. Now when I do it like that, I normally try to use the rounded end right between the strings so I have something to grab onto. If you just use the this end of it, you wouldn't get as much grit, but if you use the corner here, you really can dig in a little bit. Oops, sorry, I hit the fret there. So what I do to avoid hitting the fret too, unfortunately, like I did there, is when I take that corner end in the slot, I tend to try to rotate it a little bit towards the low E string, so I've got kind of an anchor point, if that makes sense. Because if I just do it in the middle and drag it across, it's not as noticeable sound-wise, and you get a little, I think, a little better tonality when you rotate it and really pull against the low E string. So something like this. Part of the reason you'll understand what I'm saying is if you put this rounded edge or this corner too much in the middle, as you go down the fretboard, eventually you're going to start bumping into frets and you get something like this. You can hear how that goes against the frets, so you want to rotate it out just a little bit to where you're still between the two strings, but you're barely sticking a corner of that pick down in between. So hopefully it'll sound like something like this. You don't get any fret bind up either. Now I'll try between the A and the D string. And you can hear how that makes a big difference when you rotate it out a little bit to where that point isn't sticking down too much. Of course, you can always slide up too if you so choose. So really, when you get to almost down to the nut, you almost have barely any corner sitting in there at all. Obviously you want a little bit corner sitting in there, but you also can just use the fat side of the pick too and touch both strings at the same time. So really, technique-wise, pretty simple again. On the pick slide or the pick scrape, you basically want to take that guy and turn it to where, especially if you're doing two strings, you either have a little bit of that pick in between the strings or you're sitting on the side of the pick. Either way, both of them work, but hopefully you get a sound like this. All right, everyone. Hey, check out more gear reviews and extras online at www.askaguitarpro.com. I'm Jake. Everyone, take care. See you next time.